Hey everyone, I hope you're all doing really well and having an amazing day so far. Hopefully it's about to get even better now that you have landed on your yoga mat. So if you haven't practiced with me before, then welcome. My name is Amy and I will be your teacher for this practice. And if you're one of those amazing, fabulous people who is here every single week, then welcome back. So this is going to be a fun, funky, creative vinyasa flow. It's going to be a pretty strong one and working on the whole body throughout this class pretty much. So no emphasis on a particular region, just going to get the whole body working, get you warm, get you breathing, and hopefully have some fun along the way. If that sounds like something that you're up for, come and meet me on your mat when you are ready. If you do make it to the end of this practice and you enjoyed it, it would be amazing to hear from you in the comments what you thought about it. Please do let me know your favourite parts, leave any requests for future classes that you would like me to film. You can also give the video a thumbs up to let me know that you liked it, and it would be amazing if you could subscribe so that hopefully you can join me for my next class as well. So let's begin our practice today down on our backs. Making your way down into a comfortable shape of your choice. So check in if you are instinctively moving into a default shape that you think you should be going into. Can you let that go and let your body lead the way? Let it land in a shape that it is calling for today. A shape that helps you feel grounded, maybe a shape that helps bring a little bit of opening into places where you might be holding onto tension today. Maybe exploring a little bit of movement in that shape, some little stretches, some little wiggles. And notice how you are feeling today on every level. How does your body feel? How much energy, how much space, how much opening is there? How does your breath feel? What is the pace, the rhythm, of the depth of your breath today? What is going on with your mind at this point of time? How present is your mind? How focused? How still? No right or wrong answers to any of those questions. Just making those observations and letting that inform how you move through this practice. Some days you want a more challenging practice, some days a more chill practice. So know that you can always add extra things in. You can always take things out. You can make things up along the way. Is there something that you want to focus on in this practice? Whether you really want to stay connected to your breath, whether you want to maintain that awareness of all the places where your body is connecting to the earth and providing that grounding. Whether you want to challenge yourself today, try out some new shapes. So setting that intention, tuck it away in the back of your mind, carrying it with you when we start to move. And as you hold for these final few minutes in stillness, can you really solidify that connection to your body and to your breath? Every time your mind starts to drift away elsewhere, both in this current moment and when we start to move, can you just repeatedly return it back onto physical sensations, back onto the movement of breath? Let's bring movement back in. Catch the knees into the chest, circle them around one way, then the other way. Then start to take the knees away from one another, out wide to the sides, back through center. Switch direction of the circles. Then release the grip on the knees, let the feet land on the floor, lengthen the arms down by your sides. As you breathe in, press into the feet, lift the hips up, bridge pose. Exhale, lower the hips down, lift the feet, and then find a little reverse crunch, lifting the hips away from the floor. Inhale, bridge, feet down, hips up. Exhale, reverse crunch. Keep that movement going. Finding a rhythm that matches your breath today. It might be a little bit different from mine. Super hard to talk when doing a reverse crunch. Every time you come into bridge, can you lift the hips even higher? Squeeze the glutes at the top. Every time you find a reverse crunch, can you lift the hips a little bit higher, engaging the core? Then the next time you land in bridge, pause there, lift the hips up even higher, really press nice and strong into the soles of the feet. Keep the hips as high as you can. Lift your right leg, extend it all the way up towards the ceiling. Keep the hips lifted. Keep the right leg straight. Lower your right heel down to hover. Lift the leg up. Lower the leg down. A few more like that. Lift. Lower. Up. And down. Last time, lift. This time, lower the right leg to hover and pause. Then fully release your right heel onto the floor. Drop the hips down as well. Catch the left knee into the chest. So left knee bent in, right leg long. Circle the knee around one way. Then the other. Maybe bring the movement into the ankle as well. Left arm wide, send the left knee over to the right hand side, landing in a twist, keeping both shoulders grounded into the mat. Roll back onto your back, squeeze the left knee into the chest once again. Lift your right leg all the way up towards the ceiling. Keep the legs in this same arrangement. Rock yourself up to catch the balance. Keep the legs hovering away from the floor. Roll yourself back down. Rock it all the way back up. Let's do one more time. Take it back. Bring it up and pause. Then place the legs down on the floor. Use that grip around the left shin to pull your heart further forward and your shoulders further backward. Maintain that space across the chest. Lengthen the arms up. Big breath in. Twist to the left. Give the knee a hug with the right arm. Breathe out. Holding here, lift the spine a bit taller. Spin a bit further into the twist. Unravel through center. Place your right hand down behind you. Reach your left arm forward. Push and lift into a wild thing. Big breath in. Big breath out. Then we'll move between those two shapes. So sit down, twist to the left, breathe out. Right hand down, lift the hips, wild thing. Big breath in. Release the breath, twist to the left. Fill the lungs with breath, push it up, right hand down. Let's do one more time into that twist. One more time into wild thing. Now sit down, keep your right hand on the floor behind you, reach the left arm forward, see if you can catch the outside edge of your right foot. Lift your right leg away from the floor, lean back. Now let go of the right leg but keep it lifted. Place your left hand on the floor behind you as well. Cross right ankle over left knee. Step the left foot in a little bit closer. Walk your hands further forward so you can press your chest towards your right leg. Flexing the right foot so the toes point back towards the knee, and energetically think about pushing that right knee away from you. Uncross, step your right foot next to your left foot, walk the feet just a little bit further out in front of you. Arms reach straight forward. Roll yourself down towards the floor. Pause when the shoulder blades are hovering. Lift all the way back up, pull the knees into the chest. Place the feet down, lower to hover. Lift it up, pull the knees in. A few more times, lower. Lift and crunch. Down to hover. Bring it up. Last time, roll it down to hover, then all the way onto the back. Step the feet in so the knees are stacked above the ankles. Place the arms down by your sides, fingertips point forward. Inhale, push and lift, bridge. Exhale, reverse crunch. Keep that movement going. Maybe you can lift the hips a little bit higher than you did last time. Even more engagement and activation through the glutes and through the abdominals. Keep that connection to breath. The next time you land in your bridge, pause. This time ground through the right foot, lift and lengthen your left leg high. Keep the hips lifted, keep the left leg straight. Lower your left heel down to hover. Lift it back up. Lower, lift, down and up. Last time, lower the leg to hover, pause, keep the leg straight, place the left heel down, drop the hips as well. Catch your right knee, squeeze it in, move it around. Switch direction. Right arm wide, right knee over to the left hand side, big twist, big breath into the right side body. Back through center, catch the right knee into the chest again. Left leg lifts and extends all the way up. Rock, catch the balance. Lower it back down. A few more times, up, down. Last one, lift, catch the balance and pause. Place the legs down on the floor. Breathe in, chest open, spacious, forwards, arms up to the ceiling, then twist over to the right. Holding here, lift taller, big inhale. Spin further, big exhale. Unravel through center, left hand down behind you. Push into it, lift up, wild thing. Full breath in. Full breath out. Let's move between those two shapes. Sit yourself down, twist and hug your right knee. Left hand down behind you, push and lift, wild thing. Sit and twist. Press and lift. One more of each, twist to the right. Lift it up, wild thing. Now keep your left hand on the floor as you sit down. Reach your right hand for the outside edge of the left foot, then lift that leg away from the floor. Let go, but keep the leg lifted. Place your right hand down behind you as well. Cross left ankle over the right knee. Step that right foot in closer. Maybe walk the chest further in towards your left shin. Uncross, step the left foot next to the right foot. This time, reach your arms up to the ceiling, and maybe without using the hands, you can press your way into a toe balance. Landing on the tiptoes, tall spine, shoulders are stacked above the hips, core is engaged here. Breathe in. Circle the hands behind the back, breathe out. Hands interlace, squeeze the palms of the hands towards one another. Keep the hands interlaced behind the back. Start to roll the feet onto the floor, forward fold down over both legs. Let the arms drop up overhead. Shoulder blades squeezing in, palms squeezing in. Bend the left knee, tap left shoulder to left knee. Back through center, over to the other side. Keep that movement going a few times from left to right. Then find your way back through center. Keep the hands interlaced. Roll yourself all the way up to standing. Tuck the hands to the outside of the right hip. keeping them interlaced. Drop the right ear towards the right shoulder. And can you think about getting really heavy through your left shoulder? So you're finding even more length down the left side of the neck. Hands through center, tuck them over to the other side, then left ear, left shoulder. Bring it back through center, keep the hands interlaced. Shift the weight into your right foot, lean it forward so you land in Virabhadrasana 3. Come all the way back upright. Bring your left foot just to hover next to your right foot. Hinge it forward. Let's do a few more times. Bring it up, left foot stays hovering. Hinge it forward. Last time, stand. Last time, hinge it into Warrior 3 and pause. Can you lift your chest up a little bit more? Can you lift your back leg a little bit higher? Big step back into Warrior 1. Left foot to the back of the mat, toes pointed at an angle, deep bend into the front knee. Can you draw your right hip a bit further back and your left hip a bit further forward so the hips are square? Big inhale here. Exhale, tap your right shoulder towards your right knee. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, hinge down. One more time, breathe in. Breathe out, hinge down. Maybe this time you tuck the shoulder towards the inside of the knee. Keep the right hip tucking in towards the center line. Press the knee into the shoulder into the knee. Stay hinging forward, release the clasp of the hands, walk them off the top left corner of your mat. Carry on walking the hands around to the left, turn the toes in, the heels out, find your wide fold. Have a little moment to wiggle into the hips, move into the shoulders, bend and extend one leg, then the other, maybe even get upside down here if you feel ready for it. Then let's inhale, press into the hands, halfway lift. Pause me if you're in an inversion and you need more time. Exhale, fold back down. Twice more, lift, breathe in. Lower, breathe out. Last time, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Now right hand down, left arm up, big twist. Wrap your left arm behind your back, tuck it towards your right hip, find a half bind. Use that bind to help you spin your chest even further open towards the left-hand side. Keep this bind, come up to stand, reach your right arm all the way up towards the ceiling. Turn the right toes to point towards the front of the mat, bump the hips back, reach the right arm forward and down, Trikonasana, triangle pose. Option here to find a bound triangle. Tuck your right arm under your right thigh, maybe the fingertips meet the left fingertips and you can roll your shoulder open even more. So notice if your chest is collapsing down and facing the mat. Can you really stack left shoulder above right? Then stay here or step onto your right foot, lift your back left leg, maybe with a full bind or a half bind. Ardha Chandrasana, half moon variation. Maybe take it into bird of paradise. Step the left foot next to your right foot. As soon as the left foot lands, you can use that bind to lift your right leg. Pull that right knee up towards the outside of the right shoulder. Maybe extend your right leg up towards the ceiling. Maybe hinge forward and find a flat back. Let me wiggle out of the way of the wall. So the right leg is straight out in line with the hip. Then let's do that all in reverse. Step the right foot down. Lift your left leg so you're in this bound half moon. Big step back into your bound triangle, maybe gracefully, maybe not. Unravel the bind, left arm up, right hand down. Now can you lift your right toes away from the floor, catch hold of the right big toe with the peace fingers and thumb. Left hand down, spin all the way onto the outside edge of the left foot. Lift your right leg into Vinyasa, maybe with the grip around the big toe, or find any other variation of a side plank that suits you. If you've got that grip on the big toe, can you let it go? Find a floaty tree leg Vinyasa, right toes hovering above your left thigh. Step the right toes behind you, find a wild thing. Push the hips and the heart high up to the ceiling. Start to roll yourself into a one-legged plank. Pull the right knee in towards the chest. Bring the shoulders over the wrists. Tap your right knee to the mat. Into the chest. Tap. Lift. Lower. Lift. Last time, fully place the right knee down on the floor. Lift your left leg back behind you. Reach your right arm straight out in front of you. Inhale here. Tap the fingertips and toes to the floor. Breathe out. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. A few more times, up and down at your own pace. Prioritize a controlled and engaged movement rather than rushing it. Next time the arm and leg are lifted, pause. See if you can tuck under the right toes. Lift the right knee and press it into a two-pointed downward facing dog. So right hand hovering above the floor. Left arm reaching up towards the ceiling. Left leg reaching up towards the ceiling, Then bend the left knee. Can you reach the right hand back? Catch hold of the left foot. Kick the foot into the hand if you've got that grip. Let go of the left leg, find a regular three-legged dog, so place your right hand down on the floor, wave it forward into a one-legged plank, push it up and back, three-legged dog. Wave it forward, shoulders over wrists, push it back. Last time into a one-legged plank, keep the left leg lifted, lower all the way down onto the belly, untuck the right toes. Lift your left leg even higher. Squeeze your elbows in by your ribs. Squeeze the left heel in towards the glutes. Extend the leg back. Keep the thigh hovering. A few more times. Squeeze. Lengthen. Bend. Extend. Last time, bend and pause. Reach your left hand back for the outside edge of your left foot. Extend your right arm straight out in front, then kick and lift everything away from the mat. Ardha Dhanurasana, half bow pose. Send some energy up through your right fingertips. Energy back through your right toes, your left toes. Lift the chest a bit more. Now keep your left leg bent as you release back down onto the mat. Open your right arm straight out to the right hand side, then roll up and over towards that right arm, letting the left knee open up and over along the way. Big stretch through the right shoulder. So I'm just bending my right elbow here because I don't have the space to extend my arm, but you can have the arm straight if that works. Keep the left knee bent as you start to roll back over. Find a half frog shape. So your left knee is straight out to the side. 90-degree angle through that knee. Press onto your forearms. Think Sphinx pose through the upper body. Press into the hand. Lift the elbows. Seal. Lower the elbows down. Then can you lift your left leg to hover away from the mat? Lower the left leg, lift the elbows, lower the elbows, lift that left leg, super challenging. One more time, up with the elbows, down with the elbows, up with the leg, then lower the leg. Tuck under the right toes, lift the right knee, lift the hips, step it back, forearm plank. Rock forwards and backwards on the tiptoes for 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. Press up onto the right hand, then the left hand, high plank. Inhale forwards onto the tiptoes. Exhale, chaturanga, bend the elbows. Up dog or cobra, breathe in. Downward facing dog, breathe out. Take a few breaths to yourself in your downward dog. A moment for exploration, a moment for introspection. Tapping inward, feeling and breathing. And then let's move on. Inhale, bend the knees, press the chest back towards the thighs. Exhale, step, hop, jump your way to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Twice more. Breathe in. Breathe out. Last time like that, add Uttanasana. Uttanasana. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Reach both arms all the way up overhead. Come as high as you can onto your tiptoes. Lower yourself all the way down into your toe balance. Breathe in here. This time, twist to the right, breathe out. Left arm forward, right arm back. Inhale through center. Exhale over to the other side. Inhale through center. Swim the hands behind the back, opposite interlace this time, so the opposite thumb ends up on top, the way that probably feels a little bit weird. Keep the bind, roll the feet down, chest over thighs, forward fold, Uttanasana with the bind. Take those little shoulder dips if it felt good last time. Then bring it through center, roll yourself all the way up to stand, nice tall spine. Tuck the hands to the outside of the left hip to begin with this time. Drop left ear to left shoulder. Bring it back through center, over to the other hip. Bring the hands down behind through center. Weight into your left foot. Lean the torso forward, sweep the right leg back. Virabhadrasana 3. Bring it up, bring your right foot to hover next to your left. Hinge it forward, sweep the leg back. Bring it back up. One more time into Virabhadrasana 3. Pause there, maybe fall out of it. Embrace all those wobbles, find the fun, let go of the frustration. It's just yoga, not too serious. Big step back with the right foot, Virabhadrasana 1. Adjusting through the hips and the feet. Right hip forward this time, left hip back slightly. Square hips, square shoulders. Big breath in. Humble warrior, shoulder to knee, breathe out. Lift, inhale. Tap, exhale. One more time, lift. Last time, hinge it down, maybe tucking your left shoulder to the inside of the knee, but keep that left hip tucked in and under so it's not drawing out to the side. Press knee into shoulder, shoulder into knee. Stay hinging forward, release the clasp of the hands. Walk them as far as you can off the top right corner of the mat. Walk them around to the right, turn the toes inward, heels outward. Prasarita Palatanasana, moving in whichever way feels called for this time around. This time let's find those halfway lifts, but reach your arms straight out to the side into a capital T. Breathe in, lower back down, breathe out. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, lower. One more time, breathe in. Breathe out. Left hand down, right arm up, big twist, big breath in. Right arm behind the back, big breath out. Can you tuck it in towards your left hip or thigh? Use that bind to spin your right shoulder further open. Look up to the ceiling if it feels comfortable, or look up to the sky if you're lucky enough to be outside. Keep the bind, stand, reach the left arm up to the ceiling. Turn your left toes to the front of the mat. Bump the hips back, reach the left arm forward, then down. Anywhere it lands on the leg, Trikonasana, triangle pose. Possibly exploring even more of a bind, wrapping your left arm towards the inside of the thigh and then around the back of it. Just make sure that your chest stays spacious and open to the side if you choose that option. Maybe we explore a bound half moon, stepping onto your left foot, lifting your right leg away from the floor. Maybe bird of paradise, right foot steps down, lift your left leg, using that bind to pull the knee up towards the outside of the shoulder, possibly extending and lengthening it out to the side. And maybe hinging forwards, finding a flat back. Step your left foot back down, return to that bound half moon, super wobbly on this side. Big step back into your bound triangle. Release the bind, left hand down, right arm lengthens up to the ceiling. Then pick up your left toes so you can catch the big toe with the peace finger and thumb. Rainbow the right hand down, roll onto the outside edge of the left foot. Lift your left leg up into Vashisthasana, maybe with the bind. Keep the left leg lifted but let go of it. Bend the knee, toes come to hover above your right inner thigh. Step the toes back behind you, wild thing. Big breath in. Stay and enjoy a big breath out. Draw the left knee into the chest as you roll the left hand down. Tap the knee to the floor, pull it to the chest. Lower, lift, down and up. Last time, fully place the left shin on the floor. Lift your right leg. Reach your left arm forward. Limbs stay straight. Breathe in. Fingertips and toes tap the floor. Breathe out. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Keep that going. Inhale. Exhale. Lift. And tap. Last time, inhale, lift and pause. Maybe keep both the arm and the leg lifted. As you tuck under the left toes, push it back into a 2-point downward dog. Right leg high, left hand hovering. Possibly bending the right knee, catching that foot with the left hand. If you do catch that, can you kick the foot into the hand? Place the hand down, keep the leg lifted, wave it forward into a one-legged plank, sweep it back, 3-legged dog. Wave it forward, sweep it back. Last time, wave it forward, pause, keep the right leg lifted, lower all the way onto the belly, untuck the left toes, lift your right leg even higher. Keep that thigh hovering away from the floor, squeeze the heel in towards the glutes, lengthen the leg back, squeeze in, extend. Last time, squeeze in and pause. Catch the outside edge of your right ankle with your right hand. Reach your left arm forwards and then up as you kick, lift, everything. Lifting a little bit higher with every breath in. When you release, keep your right knee bent, squeezing in. Left arm out wide to the side. Roll into that shoulder stretch. Let the right knee open up along the way. Roll over, half frog. Right knee bent, straight out to the side. Sphinx pose through the upper body. Forearms parallel with the edges of the mat. Inhale, press into the hands, lift the elbows. Exhale, lower the elbows. Maybe you can lift the right leg. Lower the leg, lift the elbows. Down with the elbows, up with the leg. Just a tiny movement. One more, lift arms. Lower the arms, lift the leg. Keep the forearms grounded. Lift the back knee, lift the hip, step it back, forearm plank. Rock forwards and backwards on the tiptoes. Keep those hips level with the shoulders. Then press up onto your left hand, up onto your right hand, high plank. Breathe in onto the tiptoes. Breathe out, bend the elbows. Up dog, big breath in. Downward dog, big breath out. Again, have another little moment to yourself here. A few breaths to take whatever you need, movement or stillness. Then let's meet back in downward dog to move on to our next sequence. Sweep your right leg high, breathe in. Tap right knee to left elbow, breathe out. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, twist and tap. One more time, breathe in. Breathe out, twist and tap and pause. Extend your right leg straight out to the left, fallen triangle. Roll onto the inside edge of the left foot as you lift the left arm by the ear. Now see if you can lift your right leg to hover away from the mat. Then tap it back down. Just two more. Last time. Take a big inhale here in your fallen triangle. Exhale, sit down and side bend over your back left leg. Inhale, right hand down, push and lift, fallen triangle. Exhale, sit, side bend over the back leg. One more time, inhale, fallen triangle. Exhale, sit down, find that side bend and pause there. Reaching both hands in the direction of your left foot. You can also tuck your left shoulder towards the inside of your left knee. That might help you get a little bit further across while still keeping the chest spacious. Release from the side bend, find a forward fold in between the legs. Have a little sway from side to side as you fold down. Then walk the hands to forward fold down over your front right leg. And notice if your left knee and toes are starting to roll in. Can you keep them pointing up towards the ceiling? Maintain that external rotation through the left hip. Draw yourself back upright. Place your right hand back down at the top of the mat. Push back up into your fallen triangle. Come onto the left hip toes, place the left hand down, slide your right shin onto the floor, but keep the back knee lifted. So think pigeon pose, but with the back knee lifted. Then can you lift and reach your arms up, active pigeon. Tap the back knee down to the floor, lift it back up. Lower, lift, down and up, pause with the back knee lifted. Then can you step your left foot to the top of the mat, step right foot next to left foot, Utkatasana, chair pose. Breathe in, reach the arms up even higher. Breathe out, bend the knees even deeper. One more breath in here. Hop and land in Malasana, breathe out, hands to heart center, feet out wide. Press the knees, press the elbows into the knees to deepen that opening through the hips, through the inner thighs. Then place the hands down on the floor. Take a big step back with your left foot, landing in a lizard lunge. Right foot stays to the outside of the right hand. Then can you do a little jump switch? Left foot forward, right foot back. Then do it again. And again. Last time, right foot forward. Pause in your lizard. Place the back knee down on the floor. Roll onto the outside edge of the right foot, let that knee open even further out. Rainbow your right arm forward, up and back, bend into the back knee, catch that back foot, pull the heel in towards the glutes, big stretch for the back quad. Release the grip on the foot, place your right hand down, step the right knee back in line with the left knee, walk the hands even further forward, sink the chest down into Anahatasana, puppy pose, melting heart. Maybe come onto fingertips, sway from side to side, wiggle the shoulders and the hips around a bit. Now can you keep the hands far forward at the top of the mat? Tuck under the toes, push it up and back into your downward facing dog. Step the feet in a little bit closer if you need to. And again, another little moment to move. I'm just switching sides here, so I've got the space. Then let's move on to the second side. Left leg high, breathe in. Left knee, right elbow, breathe out. Inhale, 3 leg. Exhale, tap. One more. Breathe in. Breathe out, tap, pause. Extend the left leg out to the right hand side. Lift the right arm up so you can push into your fallen Trikonasana. Experiment with lifting the left leg away from the floor. Tap it back down. Lift, lower, last time up and down. Breathe in here. Breathe out, sit down, side bend over your back right leg. Inhale, left hand down, push and lift, fallen triangle. Exhale, lower, side bend. Last fallen triangle. Last side bend, hold that side body stretch and pause. Again, you have the option of tucking your right shoulder towards the inside of your right knee. If that helps you take it a little bit further, if it felt good on the other side. Release from the side bend, walk the hands through center. Maybe this time around you can fold down a little bit further if you've brought a little bit more space into the body since the last time we met this shape. Walk the hands to fold over your front left leg. Lift it up, place the left hand back down at the top left corner of the mat. Push and lift back up into your fallen triangle. Right hand down. Slide your left shin across, think pigeon, but with back knee lifted. Lift and reach both arms up to the ceiling. Then tap the right knee down. Lift, lower, lift, down, up, keep it lifted. Step the right foot to the top of the mat, step left foot next to right. Utkatasana, chair pose. Hips lower, arms higher. Hold the shape, but maintain your steady, deep breaths. One more breath in. Hop and land in Malasana as you breathe out. Let's add a twist this time. Right hand down, left arm up, big breath in. Back through center, big breath out. Over to the other side, inhale, center, exhale. Now let's take it over to the right and pause. Explore the bind, left arm behind the back, right arm around the front of the shin. Roll your left shoulder open. Maybe take it into the balance, walking the left foot a bit closer to center, coming up to stand, bringing that right leg with you with the bind. Then see if you can reach your right hand for the outside edge of your right foot. Tuck your left hand in towards your right inner thigh And then extend your right leg straight out to the side. And reverse all of that. Refine the bind. Lower it all the way down. Step the left foot back wider, Malasana. Over to the other side, left hand down, right arm up. Right arm behind the back, left arm around the front of the shin. Maybe possibly tiptoeing the right foot towards center. Bringing your left leg up, standing. Nice, tall spine. Then option, right hand tucks into the left inner thigh, left hand catches the outside edge of the left foot, and then maybe extend that leg straight out to the side. Reverse it, refine the bind. Lower it back down, step, step, feet wide. Hands onto the mat. Big step back with the right foot, lizard. Jump switches once again, right foot forward, then left foot forward. Forward right, last time forward left. Place the back knee down. Bring yourself onto the outside edge of your left foot. Left arm forward, up and back. Catch the back foot, pull the heel in. One of my absolute favourite shapes. Let that quad stretch go, place both hands down, step your left knee back, walk the hands further forward, sink your chest further down, Anahatasana. Tuck under the toes, press yourself up and back, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Place the knees down on the floor. Sit the hips on the heels, slide the hands onto the knees. Big breath in, heart forward, shoulders back. Exhale, chin to chest, round the spine. Twice more, breathe in. Breathe out. Last one, big inhale. Big exhale. Inhale, reach both arms all the way up overhead. Exhale, right hand down, left arm reaches over, side body stretch. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, other side. Inhale, center. Twist to the right, breathe out. Inhale, center. Twist left, exhale. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, hands into fists. Lower them onto the floor beside the legs. Favorite transition, worth giving it a go. See if you can lift the knees, swing the legs straight out in front of you. Feet plant, shuffle the hips closer towards the heels, reach the arms out in front, roll all the way down towards your back, pause when the shoulder blades are hovering, come back up, pull the knees into the chest. Lower the feet, lower the upper body, lift the upper body, squeeze the legs in a few more times. Then next time, fully release all the way down onto the back. Place the hands down by your sides, fingertips point forwards. Press into the feet, lift the hips, bridge pose. This time, option for the bind. Interlace the hands beneath the hips. Wiggle the shoulder blades in towards one another. Push the chest up a little bit more. Come onto the tiptoes, lift the heels. Lower the heels back down. A few more. Lift, lower, up and down. Let's do 2. Last one, lift the heels high, keep them lifted, pulse into the hips for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Unravel, release down. Feet as wide as the mat, knees rest in towards center. Then walk the feet back in line with the hips. Option for another round of bridge or wheel pose if you enjoy it, if it's in your practice, you feel ready for it. Hands in front of the shoulders, fingertips pointing towards the toes. Press and lift all the way up. Really pressing into the hands, squeezing the glutes. Maybe wiggle your left foot a little bit closer towards center, then lift and extend your right leg up towards the ceiling. Step your right foot into center, lift and extend your left leg. Lower the left foot down, pause here. One more big breath in. Lower it all the way down, release the breath out, step the feet wide once again, knees rest in. Let's do one more back bend. Either bridge or wheel with the option to then work from wheel into forearm wheel. So if you're coming along with me, up into wheel, plant the hands, press all the way up. Then can you lower yourself down onto one forearm? So your elbow ends up where your hand would have been. And then do the same with the other forearm. You can step the feet a little bit closer or a bit further away, whatever feels best. Maybe straight legs. Press into the elbows, press into the forearms. Hands can be interlaced here. Same thing, maybe lift and extend your right leg up to the ceiling. Place that foot back down. Maybe the other side. Bring it back down. Step the feet in a little bit closer. Back out in reverse. Press up onto one hand, then the other. Wheel. Lower yourself all the way back down. Mindfully, carefully. Step the feet wide, knees rest in. Just take a little moment for the spine to find neutral. Notice the after effects of those shapes on the body, where you've brought sensation, warmth, energy, heat, tingling. Notice the after effects on the breath. If the pace, the rhythm, and the depth of your breath has changed, if it's moving in different places in the body. Notice the thoughts that are arising in your mind here. Then let's loosen up the spine with some gentle twists. Windshield wipe the legs from side to side a few times. Next time the knees fall over to the left, keep them there, lengthening through the right side of the waist, possibly placing your left ankle on top of your right knee or thigh to deepen that twist. Unravel through center, let the knees drift over to the other side, then this time maybe right ankle on your left knee. Bring it back through center, give the knees one last little squeeze into your chest. Circle them around. Either keep them together, move them in the same way, or you could take them away from one another in opposite directions. Switch direction of the circles. Then any final movements, final shapes, final stretches, anything you're working on in your practice, anything you were wishing I'd included in this class, now is your time to take it. Always welcome to pause the video to provide as much time as necessary for those final little bits of exploration. And then eventually settle into your final rest, your final relaxation. Resting in any comfortable shape. So just like at the start of practice, instead of thinking about what shape you should land in, can you let your body just drift into whatever shape it most feels called to? A shape where it can let go of any lingering tension that you don't need to carry with you into the rest of your day. A shape where you can let your breath settle back into its natural rhythm, but maybe that's a deeper rhythm than you landed on your mat with. Maybe a shape where you can find a little bit of presence, a little bit of peace, a little bit of stillness in the mind. Every time that you notice it drifting away elsewhere, just repeatedly encouraging your mind back onto the movement of your breath and those feelings in the body to help anchor you back in. Let the next few moments be a time to gently guide your awareness back into the present if it had drifted away elsewhere. Time to welcome in movement once again, starting off small, slow and gentle, and then letting that movement ripple and expand throughout your body. Welcome in some expansive breaths, big energizing inhales, full complete exhales. Find your way back to a comfortable seat, whatever that looks like for you today. Take your time to get there. Check in with your posture when you arrive. Nice, tall, proud spine, soft shoulders, relaxed face. Then let's finish our practice here with a moment of gratitude. Feel grateful to yourself for showing up to this practice. Feel grateful for your body, for the things that it is capable of. Feel grateful for the time and the space that you had to practice in. For any people that you might have shared this practice with. And for all those teachers that came before me and passed on their knowledge so that we could be here practicing together today. Anything else from your day, your week, your life that you want to reflect on, now is your time. And for the rest of your day, as always, I hope you think peaceful thoughts. I hope you speak peaceful words. I hope you feel peace in your heart. Thank you all so much for choosing to share your practice with me today. Always so grateful to have you all here with me. It would be amazing to hear from you in the comments what you thought about this class, to hear any requests for future classes, just anything you feel like saying, I'm here for it. It would also be amazing to get a thumbs up so that I know you liked this class and that I should make more like it. And if you could take the time to subscribe, you can join me for my next class as well. But more important than any of those things is to stay healthy, stay happy, stay well, and have an amazing day.